North Atlantic right whales are one of the many large whales that live off Canada's coasts. North Atlantic right whales live off the east coast of Canada in particular. We actually thought this species was extinct until they were rediscovered in the 80s, and they still remain very low levels. So these animals are threatened entirely because of human activities. None of these animals live to old age. They are all killed because of human activities. In particular, this is entanglement in ropes and lines, particularly from fishing gear, and being struck by ocean-going vessels. Ocean-going vessels, we've tried to manage this by reducing the speeds of these vessels as they go through areas where there's whales. These vessels are typically not able to evade or dodge the animals, and so reducing speed seems like a good tool. Recent research, though, shows that this is not going to solve the problem. It does reduce the number of animals that are killed, but not enough to prevent them from going extinct. We need to work more to move the vessels away from areas where we know these whales exist. Fishing is another issue. A lot of work is being done to avoid fishing in areas where these whales are also in large concentrations, and there's a lot of innovation that's going on to develop new fishing technology that won't entangle the whales. Right whales, of course, aren't the only whale that is struck and killed by ships. We have many other large species of whale that exist in our waters. Blue whales, which are also a species at risk, humpback whales, fin whales, minke whales, and all of these animals can and are struck by ships as well. The North Atlantic right whale is of particular interest only because it is so close to extinction and approaching extinction. But the fact is we need to manage our human activities such as shipping so that we aren't threatening any of these species. So it's difficult to track where these animals are in the ocean. We do that using a few methods. First of all, we look for them with aerial surveys and with boat surveys. But more importantly and increasingly, we're detecting them acoustically. So this is with the use of hydrophones in the ocean that listen for the whales. We are collaborating with scientists who are doing this research. They are attaching hydrophones to gliders that swim through the ocean, robots that swim through the ocean listening to the whales, and they attach hydrophones to stationary buoys so they can detect when whales are in the area. This is the best opportunity to detect when we know the whales are there, where they're moving, and where they're going to next. And combined with the aerial surveys and visual surveys that are used, we are starting to develop a much better understanding of where the whales are going, and we combine that with habitat data too with other scientists to predict where the whales are going to go to feed. The issue of vessels striking and killing whales is something that's receiving a lot of attention. The Government of Canada is aware of this problem and have been addressing it and have been working with the shipping industry and scientists and NGOs to identify solutions for this problem. This includes how can we manage slowdown areas, how can we better predict where the whales are and where they're going to be if they're in the path of a vessel. And it's about looking at new routes through our oceans for vessels so that they aren't in the same place at the same time with whales. So CWF has a campaign right now to continue to urge the government to pay attention to this issue and to continue to urge them to show strong leadership and make the tough decisions to better manage these ocean activities to protect these whales. You can show your support for this, and you can show the government that this is an important issue by signing our petition and signing on to this issue, and we can make sure that they recognize that this is something that needs to be solved.